stories, there's no mention of dark side, right? Dark side doesn't, that word doesn't seem to exist in the Absolute Universe. So you have no idea that's a part of the story. There's something that seems to be darker about this world, and not that that seemed to work out great for anybody. Um, the heroes seem more alone and more in danger than what we're used to. So to me, I'm of two minds, right? Like that's a story that's going to be told, the dark side part of it. I think I've acknowledged that in Absolute Superman with the father box popping up, which is fourth world technology. When Talia is talking about God, who do you think she's talking about, right? Like, I don't think she knows who Darkseid is. She just knows this is literally the guy who created this universe. This is God. He's a weird, dark, fucked up God. I think that's all you need to know for reading the Absolute Universe. The follow box part of it will continue to lead to stories, but really the main part of that dark side story is going to be Scott and Josh and what they're telling. I think it's, those are two different stories that will connect in some ways, and I think if you read both of those, you'll get that. I don't think you don't need to know all that though to read the Absolute books, right? Again, like everything that you need, I should be giving you on the pages of that book, so that still will continue to be my mandate. Does that make sense? Way in the back.
Within the Absolute Universe, which is there a character that you're particularly excited to see Superman interact with?
Oh yeah, I mean all of them. Lots of characters. Yes, I mean what can I tell you without giving away anything too spoilery? I mean I can tell you we'll see in Fight Ra's al Ghul coming up. Like that's coming up soon. Raish. I feel like everybody at DC pronounces his name differently, so I'm from Alabama. I'm not good at pronouncing things. Sorry? Sure. Who else? I mean, well, there's more people in Smallville that we'll meet. We got a mention of Metropolis in one issue, right? So you can expect we'll go there at some point. I have said, from very consciously didn't want to do a Lex Luthor story right out of the gate. You can expect he'll show up at some point. I can just promise you that it won't be what you expect. As with, again, my mandate continues to be I want everybody we meet to be in the wrong place. What does that mean for Lex Luthor? We'll have to wait and see. And other big villains and other heroes that Superman will be meeting. Anybody he meets, it's going to be the first time, right? The first time he meets another hero. The first time he really hasn't met anybody yet with real superpowers. So who's the first person that he meets who does have superpowers? So I don't know. You guys tell me. Like you can think about it and tell me who would be the number one villain on your list you would want to see Absolute Superman. I mean, I know who's on my list. You guys can come let me know at my table. Like who's top of your list?
Well, you're working on so many things. I just wondered if you could talk about your process at all. Like, are you writing 9 to 5 every day, or more than that, or?
I don't get up at 9.
How does it work?
Yeah, I mean, my 25 years into my comic book career, my process remains a work in progress. That's work in progress tattooed right there. Like I mean, the easy answer is you just always working. Like sometimes that work is me sitting at a desk typing things. Other times it's me going for a walk, thinking about things, folding laundry, taking a shower. I write so many things in the shower. Sometimes where you've been sitting at the desk banging your head against the wall, and you get up and go do something else. Suddenly you figure something out. So I work from home, so my desk is in the basement, which is like a giant cocoon. Like I like things. I'm very sentimental about things. I got toy case next to my desk. It's full of Star Wars toys and action figures I played with as a kid. Surrounded by books and stacks of long boxes, 30,000 comics sitting in my basement. I never throw things. Ray Bradbury told me one time, don't ever throw anything away. So I've taken that to heart. So I like to cocoon myself there and just kind of work all the time. I mean, I think of it like a chef. Like if you're having a dinner party, you're having to cook like 4 or 5 different things at once. You got to make use of all your oven stove tops, and some things take longer to simmer, right? Some you can't always rush it. Like this one needs to percolate for a little bit longer. That to me is the hard part. That's the real work. That's the heavy lifting. When I'm sitting down to actual type shit down, that's the easy part. The hard work should have been done already by that point. Just what is this story? What am I trying to say with this? Not just what are the beats of what happens? Who's this guy fighting this issue? Or what is this about? What is different about this or exciting? Or why am I excited about this? If I don't know the answer to that, none of you are going to be excited about it. So that's all the hard part of it. And I think the more, to me, like the longer, some of them need to simmer for a long time to get to that point. Some of them come together quickly in terms of ideas. But to me, it's just about clarity. Like, what point do I have that clarity? I know what this is. I know what it looks like. I know what the important visuals are. I know what it sounds like. Like if I was going to make a soundtrack, I could tell you songs that would go on it. Like the more clarity I have about that, the better it's going to be, right? I mean, I still have to be able to communicate that to the artists, and they have to have their own sense of clarity of what it is. It's still a collaboration, but to me, the hard part is just reaching that sense of clarity. And then just in terms of writing scripts, I just, I usually write a script a week. And yeah, I mean, I do like to sleep late, so I don't work strictly 9 to 5, but yeah, I try to work daylight hours. My partner is a nurse, so she works, long nurse hours, and she has young kids that I have to pick up from school. So I have like real adult responsibilities that you have to do, but I kind of work when I can during the day, and then also work late at night too, which I feel like is probably my sweet spot. The times I got divorced during COVID, and my son who's 20 now would go back and forth, week on, week off. So for the first time in my life, I had those weeks where I was, going back to when I was a kid, where I just sort of I could do whatever the fuck I wanted to do. I was by myself. And I would fall down work holes where I would just realize I haven't spoken to another human in like a couple of days. Unless I went to the grocery store, like, no one knows I'm alive. So I think I'm more geared to that of just, I kind of enjoy, again, it's writing, the act of writing makes me happy, It's never like drudgery of like, oh shit, I gotta write another comic. It's like, shit, I get to write another comic, and literally, it feels like a very selfish job. If I'm just doing shit that makes me excited, makes me happy. Then yeah, it gets to go off and get drawn by amazing artists, and becomes comics I go to the store and buy, and you guys can read them, and people can respond to them. I get invited to shows around the world. That's all awesome. But it still just starts, to me, the most important part, the most gratifying part is just the actual act of writing. So it helps when you just really enjoy it, and you will just do it all the time. I did it all the time as a kid for free, making zero money, and now I just get to do it and also pay my light bill. But it's still just the core. I feel like the day that it stops being that, I should quit and go work at Taco Bell or something. But thankfully that day has never come. So, sorry, that's a very long, meandering answer to your question. The short answer is, yeah, I work roughly 9 to 5 and write scripts a week. Yes, in the front.
So you mentioned how long time ago when you kind of do all of this, and I wanted to ask, have you ever had an idea that you came up with for one specific story, and then as you kind of went on, you went, wait, that would actually work way better for a different story, and you kind of analyzed it over? Has that ever happened?
Sure. I mean, sometimes it's not just that you think, you realize, oh, I'll save this for something sometimes just things don't work out, things change. I mean, a lot of what you're doing is going to be dictated by the publishing schedule, the publishing side of things. It's not always just, you don't always get to do exactly what you want to do. You have to work within that. So, I had a Constantine idea. Like I did a couple issues of Hellblazer before I became Marvel exclusive. I had another idea. Sorry, I have no idea what time we're supposed to be done here. Anybody knows?
I do it right about now.
Okay, well, we'll do a lightning round. But I had a Constantine idea of like Constantine goes to hell and the demons run around in his body on Earth, which I didn't get to do, but then I basically did that with Wolverine a few years later. So sorry, you had right back here.
Sorry, kind of included in comics, the comics have changed. Listing 2 pages or
Sorry, doing this which part?
using the 2 pages that you had
When the scripts got short, yeah, I absolutely did miss those 2 pages. Yeah, when I first started in comics, we were doing 22-page stories, and then went to 20. And well, 2 pages, that's not that big a deal, but it is a huge deal when it's 20 from 22 to 20, because that dictates, especially things visually. Sometimes you just don't have room to do like a splash page, or you really like to do a splash page. So, cool part of that of doing creator owned books is however long I want them to be, right? Or however long me and the artist want them to be. So the Bug Wars are usually, I think we're usually 22 or 24, but then there was an issue that was 40, there was an issue that was 30. So you have that luxury of doing, this is what the story needs, And I've also been doing 30-page stories. I did Once Upon a Time at the End of the World, which is 30 pages, and Punisher and Namor were both 30 pages, which feels luxurious. It's like you're going from driving a Geo Metro in a big Cadillac. It's all this room is spread out. So yes, I love that. Sorry, any last questions that go before they kick us out? Yes.
You could see almost Scrooge and Scrooge from DC.
Yeah, but look, Scrooge doesn't need a super team. He has his own one duck superhero team.
Just with your run of Star Wars, you actually fleshed out all the sagas in between. Did you have any mandates to not use certain characters, or were you just free rein to create the story?
Yeah, there was definitely characters I couldn't use, things I couldn't do. I mean, for the most part with Star Wars, I was surprised at the stuff they did let us do. I think we snuck in, like Kieran and I both just started grabbing for big beats initially. First new Star Wars thing out of the gate after Disney bought Lucasfilm. I think they were scrambling to figure out what the hell they were doing and ramp up production on all sorts of stuff. So, looking back, I'm kind of shocked that we got, I got Vader and Luke Skywalker face to face in issue 1, and I figured out a way to have Luke fight Boba Fett, even though we couldn't see Boba Fett. We brought in Jabba the Hutt, and I did a scene with him and Vader. We did the moment where Vader first used the name Skywalker in connection to this whoever blew up the Death Star. So those are big, important beats. As things went on, they got harder, and they were more particular, and could be kind of frustrating at times. And then, doing comics, we were very much the low man on the totem pole. It was sort of, well, you can't do this because they're doing something in a movie that's similar. It's like, well, they're not the same at all, though. But it's just like I was told at one point, Luke Skywalker can't go fishing because he catches a fish at one point in Last Jedi. I was like, is that the only time he's ever gone fishing? How did he learn how to fish? But I think they did eventually. I think I got to do that on that issue. But it's so frustrating stuff like that at times. So yeah, those stuff that I couldn't get to do. And I did almost put that on a couple of times. But I was very happy that I stuck it out and I was left at a good time. And still, maybe it's something I'll do more Star Wars, who knows. Yes.
I'd like to know your thoughts of superheroes being BIPOC. Do you think writers are writing, but productions are not accepting such stories? What's going on?
Sorry, superheroes being what?
BIPOC.
Oh, sure. Yeah, I mean, I mean that's a big question. I don't think I'm the person to answer that. I mean, I think there's a mix of. Okay, sure. This is a big question. It's hard to answer, especially when we need to get out. But I mean, I think there's a mix of people writing what they know, writing the people they know, places they know. I've done some of that. I've also written about, I wrote about the Vietnam War. I did a book about a Native American reservation in South Dakota. Those are things about which I have no personal experience. So I think it's a mix of like the most important thing is tell stories that we haven't seen before, right? Like that's what I felt I was doing with my Vietnam War book, The Other Side, The Scouts, the Native American story. And yeah, you're presenting characters that don't normally take center stage in a book like that. Is it more important to see something like the show Res Dogs, which is by Sterling Harjo, who's an actual Native American creator? Absolutely. Does that mean I shouldn't do a book like Scouts? I think you get a lot of different opinions on that from different people. So I don't think there are easy answers to any of those questions. I think diversity in stories is great. Diversity in creators is great. And they don't have to go hand in hand. You also don't have to have diverse creators just working on diverse characters. Like you should be able to write whatever character speaks to you. So
No.
it's a big complicated subject. You can't give an easy answer to.
Yeah, you think productions are open to hearing such stories, or where?
I think so.
You
Yeah,
think
I
so?
hope so. It's easier now to break into comics, I think, than it's ever been because you can be from anywhere. And I think it's more important than ever that you have a unique voice. So sometimes it helps you. I mean, there's not a lot of creators from my neck of the woods, from a small town in Alabama. So I think there was something about that helped give me a different voice that helped me break in. Cool. Now I think they're kicking us out. So thank you guys.